Are you finally done talking?
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Last time I spoke about everybody's favorite show was about a year ago.
I can't read.
So I recommend watching that before you start this one. I took a season off, did some meditation, some breathing exercises, truly stepped away from anime for some time being. I really haven't watched one since probably earlier this year. I needed that break, you guys don't understand. Because now I can sit here and say with a straight face that all the people that like anime on my channel and have been waiting for something, we about to be eating good this month, baby. So yeah, I didn't touch season 4 when it came out. I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the episode list and said,
that can't be it. Where's the rest of it?
I don't know what it was, I just didn't really feel like dedicating my time to a training arc season. Just like, I don't know. Wake me up when the movie comes out.
Boom. You looking for this?
Oh, well, here we are. And honestly, I will be the first one to tell you that I am all ears for Demon Slayer making their finale a 3-parter movie trilogy. I think that is the most fantastic way to approach ending your series. You already know the first movie made $1 gazillion at the box office. Why not run it back? But this time, if you actually want to see how the story ends, you have to watch these movies. The normie crowd will be into it, and all the diehard fans that have been on this journey for this entire time will hopefully enjoy it as well. We got some naysayers, some critics in the crowd talking about the runtime.
I'm sorry, I was having a flashback.
These flashbacks happen often?
Increasingly.
But those guys aren't serious. We're not talking about them. I have a personally great time every time I go to the movies to see something Demon Slayer related. Because no matter what, for some reason, this simple ass show truly makes me feel things. And I'm a clown on it. It's not perfect whatsoever. I will be the first one to tell you that this show is not all that.
Overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean,
but at the same time, I'm still buying these tickets every single time because it's still a very, very fun watch. And like I said, I decided to pick up season 4 like 2 weeks ago. So everything is still kind of fresh in my mind about Kimetsu no Yaiba Dabba Doo. So let's just get into it. I'm ready to rip that band-aid off. Let's just start with the obvious. This is the most training arc ass opening of all fucking time.
This weak ass shit the fuck out of here, nigga!
This hopeful ass music sprinkled in with simple ass visuals, and then boom, everyone gets sent off to monster fighting boot camp. And I can't even be fully mad at that. Demon Slayer making an entire season about a training arc and nothing else won't really matter in the grand scheme of the story. It'll just be a little blip in time. It's only 8 episodes, we don't really stay here for too long. And from the first episode alone, the show will remind you why it is still the king of animation inside the industry. It makes you think that if the Oscars wasn't sucking off Disney for the last 20 years.
Well, done with him. Done sucking him off. I ain't gotta suck him off no more.
That as far as animated movies will go, Demon Slayer might have them some hardware. So yeah, of course there's no slip-ups there. This is still the prettiest show in the world to me. Even when nothing's happening, it's looking gorgeous. And when stuff is happening, it turns into the fucking 4th of July. But something I noticed this season is that I always found it funny how the author doesn't even try to give the father Demon Slayers unique designs. I swear all of these dudes could be related. Demon Slayer has the worst case of spot the main character syndrome I have ever seen.
I don't know.
Alright, so let me see. Yeah, we got the crazy colored hair, cool outfits. Yeah, these guys are definitely gonna matter, I can tell. I don't know why, but it's just can't put my finger on it. Because yeah, there are still problems in this season that I still really don't like. As much as I love Demon Slayer, there's always these little things that keep me from calling it a genuinely amazing TV show that I can recommend to any and everyone. But don't worry, I won't be negative for too long.
Why are you so fucking negative all the time?
Hot take number 1, I am not in love with this super curse mark situation that we introduced in season 3. It's a very simple gripe. Very, very simple. I think that it is way cooler if Demon Slayer were just about a bunch of regular people, just regular humans, literally just guys and girls with swords at the peak of human ability, fighting supernatural monsters with fucking head trauma and a little bit of insanity, because obviously you need a bunch of crazy people to fight inhuman monsters. It's a really simple critique, really simple, not too spicy. It's legitimately why my initial allure in season 1 pulled me in so hard. Crunchyroll was spamming these ads for me to watch Demon Slayer left and right. I remember the premise of humans in the Taisho period of Japan fighting demons with swords with fucking special effects for the viewer to see based off that swordsman's techniques was cool enough. I don't really need power-ups in this type of show. I don't need a curse mark or random near-death buff to make them interesting, to make the fight scenes more dynamic, to make me feel like we're actually progressing somewhere strength-wise with all the characters based off who has a mark and who doesn't. That shit's stupid.
I cannot stand it anymore. When are people going to be like, this is stupid? It doesn't make sense.
Just let these people push their bodies to the limit. To me, that is what makes Demon Slayer special. Granted, I am anime only. If it comes out that the red mark is just like another way of showing these Japanese people turning red in the face, and that's actually all it is, that actually would be a pretty funny explanation. It's not even a power-up, they're just popping veins in their body from extreme muscle movement. And then my second major gripe about Demon Slayer that I've already discussed before. Demon Slayer has one of the worst cases of tonal whiplash in anime, or any TV show for that matter, that I've seen in a while. This is a show that has some of the most grotesque body horror scenes that no child should be watching. Ooh. We got people getting absorbed, bones breaking. It's literally horrifying. That literally just happened in the movie that just came out. And then in the next second, we got slapstick comedy with goofy sound effects and funny faces. Normal visual gag anime humor. Fine. Sure, I'm used to it. I just never thought that it fit this show, you know? Even back when I made my first video on this series, I said the same damn thing. And I am 10 toes on this, brother. I am very strong on this opinion about this show. If Demon Slayer just played itself completely straight, despite the story not being super complex, I can easily see people putting it in the same vein as Vinland Saga, Attack on Titan, Bebop, just shows that seem to take themselves pretty seriously in terms of its tone and its respect among all anime fans across the board. It'd be way easier to recommend these anime to my pretentious ass film circle crowd who don't watch anime, because then I wouldn't have to be like, oh yeah, by the way, sometimes the characters' eyes bulge out and they start screaming like fucking Looney Tunes characters. But other than that, the show's good. I promise. And now don't get me wrong, the comedy in Demon Slayer isn't all bad. I'm not sitting there deadpan not having a good time. That's not how I watch shows. I actually laughed at the scene of Tanjiro chasing Giyu around like an annoying little brother.
Mr. Giyu, what are you up to? Are you on patrol? Mr. Giyu, do you want to come training? Training! Everyone's waiting for you!
Leave me the fuck alone!
When Demon Slayer wants to be funny, sometimes it does work. It just feels like the show thinks that I'm a baby and it's jingling keys in my face to make me laugh half the time. Like, bro, if your jokes aren't funny, just say that. You don't have to force it. We don't need these funny, cute little faces for this type of historic drama. Because as soon as I think, it's just not a me problem. Hey guys, Leo's crazy. Leo's crazy. That's what they want me to think. That's what they all want me to think. Zenitsu.
This is the most obnoxious thing I've ever experienced in my life.
And he is so lucky that he popped off in this movie, because you guys were close to not getting this video. I was about to drop the show. I just can't really take him anymore. in Japanese or in English. And don't get me wrong, both of the VAs are doing a great job portraying this lunatic. But half the time, I just don't think Zenitsu is a real person. Him chewing on Tanjiro's head, who asked for that? Who thought that that was funny?
It's all fine and dandy for you, because you get to lie in that comfy bed all day while you recover. But I actually have to go out there and suffer.
That was not funny, nigga.
It was funny to me, man.
And the thing I hate most about this motherfucker is that the thing that drives me crazy about him is that he's actually the most relatable character in the show.
I finally managed to get back from my mission, and now we have to train. Just kill me.
Are you heading there now, Zenitsu?
Unfortunately, and I heard that we have to train under every Hashira one by one!
What? Really? That's great!
There's nothing great about what I just said. It's awful and hellish. Whoever thought up this torture, kill yourself.
Hey!
But honestly, I can't even be too mad at him anymore. Based on the trajectory of the movie, I am much more optimistic on where he's going now arc-wise for the first time in the show since the character has been introduced in season 1. Zenitsu has kind of been regulated to the comic relief that can also produce hype moments and aura moments. But now, the author is starting to put some writing on him that is actually a little bit more interesting than what I initially perceived him to be going forward. But now, let's talk about season 4 itself. Immediately going into the season, we never really talk about them, because I don't really think the author gave a damn about them either way. But I always found it funny how actually garbage the fodder Demon Slayers were compared to everybody else, and how aware they are of it. They're still good enough to be Demon Slayers, obviously, which is not an easy job. But basically saying, yeah, Tanjiro, you're clearly better than all of us. We are now the side characters to your story, so blatantly, is very funny. And of course, the Hashira training bits were at least entertaining, despite the shortened season. Mitsuru's training was just good eats and yoga stretches, which fits her personality perfectly. Iguto's training is just bullying.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
And then you've got moments like the Wind Hashira straight up telling Tanjiro,
I don't want to be friends with you, I don't want to be associated with you, and I need to say that very publicly so that this chapter can just be closed.
And Tanjiro smiling politely going,
that doesn't bother me at all. See, I actually don't respect you either. You stabbed Nezuko!
I like when they show little instances of that, of Tanjiro just being a little weirdo.
And here I thought for a second we could bond in our nakedness. Making new friends sure is tough.
What? Sometimes his politeness and the fact that he has a nose of a greyhound makes him such a little creep of a protagonist. Because of course I'm on record of saying I've never really hated how much of a flat character he is. The way he can stay positive all the time based off the world that he's in. And credit where credit's due, even though this season felt a little bit like padding before we get to the meat and potatoes, you can actually see Tanjiro applying his training later on in the season and in the movie, like when he's drawing high kicks or reacting faster because of Iguto's drills. It's not all pointless. The characters are actually getting something out of this training, and that's what this type of arc is supposed to be. One thing season 4 tried to do was flesh out characters like Giyu, a character who has been here since the first episode but we know jack shit about, funny enough. I've honestly been spoiled on so many character deaths, so many things about this show, just little stuff throughout the years, because the manga has been done for some time now, that I feel like me not liking season 3 was probably half due to that. With season 1 and season 2, I was bright-eyed, excited, couldn't wait to see where things went. But now, I kind of know too much. And it's not just me. All of my friends have been spoiled on the show by now too. Since Demon Slayer isn't a long story at all, which I actually do like, but unfortunately we live in the age where manga fans cannot shut up about their favorite series. I'm surprised about how much I really enjoyed Genya this season. Based on his introduction in season 3, I honestly thought that he'd be way more antagonistic like his brother, but I actually really like how he's just kind of like a chill guy. He just wants to survive and reconnect with his family. Getting to know more about Himajima is cool too. His backstory is still kinda demons killed my people. Oh no, I'm in a show called Demon Slayer. But how it was done is brutal and twisted enough to stand out apart from all of the other formula flashbacks that this show does. I've been told by some of my friends that the anime dives deeper into Tanjiro's interactions this season with other Demon Slayers during training, more recovery scenes, more rest scenes, basically showing more of the in-between moments from the manga's tighter pacing. And I actually really do appreciate that. I feel like I really did want a little bit more out of this world than what we were initially getting. I feel like there's a lot of potential here. The entire first scene in the first episode is completely anime only, and it's probably one of the most well animated fight scenes of the year that year. We get more details around the training scenes, so I think I genuinely appreciate that Ufotable decided that there was more meat to squeeze out of this world, and I don't hate what they did. And when we get to the end, Muzan showing up finally with his WrestleMania ass intro as the climax of what we've all been waiting for was just what we wanted to see. I like how they edited it like it was a damn AMV. All the lore about how the master being sick is because he's related to Muzan, because when Muzan became the first demon, he basically polluted his entire family for generations. It's like, wow. That's actually pretty interesting lore. It's a shame that bro decided to Oppenheimer himself right after. Oh my god. And honestly, that cliffhanger alone got me back on board. After season 3 kinda left me feeling a bit weird. I actually liked the resolution of that story, just didn't love all the moving pieces in between. The finale of season 4 was the perfect setup for the bigger arc we've all been waiting for. So let me stop teasing. I'm just about to whip it out on ya.
This is what movies is made of.
So my brain is kind of a mess after watching this movie, but I have to say, Demon Slayer is fucking back. I wanted to come up here and boil this down to ooh, pretty lights, hype moments, and aura, but I honestly don't think I could if I tried. This is one of the most satisfying get-backs inside the anime that I've seen in a while. Like I said earlier when I was talking about season 4 and its tonal inconsistencies for the type of story that Demon Slayer is, all the goofy jokes, all the face changes to offer some type of comedy just doesn't work for me for this story. I don't really like it. I genuinely think that Demon Slayer would be fucking fantastic and equally as enjoyable if it didn't think it needed to be a PG-13 series inside an R-rated series. Which doesn't even make any sense! You can't do both! Your story literally has some of the most grotesque body horror I've seen in anime. This is a movie where the main villain puts his hand through a guy to give him superpowers. This is a movie where one of your beloved characters gets her back snapped and absorbed into another person. This is not for kids. Let's stop acting like it is. And holy shit, they stopped acting like it was. As of today, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle is on track to probably surpass its predecessor, and I think it deserves it. People love this series for a reason, and I'm not gonna sit here and be that guy on the outside of the party when I really want to be inside. I like Demon Slayer for what it is, and what this movie was a whole lot of action, baby. Was a whole lot of boxing. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle did what I've been complaining about since I decided I want to make videos talking about Japanese cartoons. They said bump all the silly stuff. We about business this time. We're not playing any games. Every single character is locked in. And that's what the series has been missing for me. Zenitsu is locked in. Tanjiro literally beats Akaza. Because he is so locked in, he starts transcending dimensional time and space and whatever fuckery they were trying to explain to me. My only problem is, like, I still don't really see the need for all the Mark stuff, even after watching the movie. Because if they wanted to have cool moments like when Tomioka gets it, and that's all it's for, hype moments and aura, just so someone can slash his sword a little bit harder, nothing really changed really. I guess maybe he was able to fight longer because of that? It's just funnier that the Demon Slayers that are getting marks are the fights that I didn't even enjoy more than the two Hashras that didn't get marks and were still fighting their asses off. Tengen and Rengoku were fighting off straight adrenaline and willpower, and that's what I feel Demon Slayer should be. I don't need mystical fire marks to show me humans locking in to defeat monsters. The show literally makes it a point to make the dichotomy of the conversation between life as a human and life as a demon a major talking point. And to know that these humans are pushing their bodies to the limit to do the things that they do, defying literal gravity.
How the fuck did he do that? How? I don't get it!
I just feel like humans overcoming odds that were completely stacked against them is what Demon Slayer is all about for me. Rengoku facing an opponent with odds completely stacked against him and losing was perfect.
It was perfect.
It was amazing. Pushed his body to the literal limit, but because he was just a human, he was never going to win. Now, like I said, the Demon Slayer manga has ended a little while ago, so a lot of stuff has already been spoiled for me. So I'll be honest, despite the internet ruining another movie for me, I really didn't expect Shinobu to go out that sad, and I'm very surprised by it. Demon Slayer's whole premise is getting you really attached to a character, having them fight an unwinnable battle, and then dying by it. And I'll be honest, this time, it didn't work for me. I was still surprised by it, don't get me wrong, despite getting spoiled on her death. I really liked Shinobu when she was introduced. She was genuinely one of my favorite characters. I was genuinely interested to see what she was going to do in the future of the series, just by her one conversation with Tanjiro.
Are you angry? For some reason, I always pick up a scent of anger, even though you're always smiling.
Character who went through so much trauma, losing all these people and taking care of so many people, basically compartmentalizing her older sister's identity within herself to be a nicer person, is actually very interesting. I was actually fascinated to see Tanjiro being able to clock that she was hiding so much seething rage behind her fake ass voice and smile. It was honestly a cool thing I wish we could have explored a little bit more, because after the first arc, we don't really get a whole lot more of Shinobu, and that's kind of disappointing. I genuinely didn't expect her to die so tragically, because on one side, the storyteller in me is like, damn, if I wasn't spoiled on this actually would have impacted me probably the same as Rengoku's death. A death that actually made me tear up in the theater. But unfortunately, it was more so just, damn, that's kind of crazy. I'm kind of glad that the author is willing to show the stakes of the situation and the enemy by having characters we like actually die. It's like, yeah, granted, she was always stated to be the weakest of the Hashira, and if she wasn't fighting the third strongest demon in the universe, maybe she would have won. But by the end of it, it kind of just felt a little anticlimactic, more so than I would have wanted to. And after the movie, it kind of still upsetted me. Seeing her body get absorbed like that genuinely fucked me up. That was very disrespectful. I looked exactly like Kano while watching this. I've been seeing a lot of complaints that Akaza's backstory was a little bit too dragged on, but I don't know. I thought it was cool. If I had the life that he had, and then I was able to fix my life, all for it to go to shit because of some random dudes, I'd probably want to be a demon too. I'm not really mad at him, but it's kind of still RIP Bozo, you kind of killed Rengoku.
You're friends with monsters! Get the fuck out of here!
And all in all, it was a great experience. I didn't expect to be as emotionally distressed as I was watching this movie. That's what I say. We need more theatrical experiences for anime, at least the mainstream ones. I'm glad that Chainsaw Man has looked at the industry and was like, yeah, we should probably get on this too. And with a 2 hour and 30 runtime, I genuinely didn't expect to remember as much as I did for this video. So yeah, 8 out of 10. My favorite PG-13, R-rated, fun for the family, supernatural, action horror, murder series. Bring your children and have a great time. RIP Big Rengoku.
Why the fuck would I care about Akaza's backstory? He slimed my boy fucking Rengoku out. Did y'all forget your roots, bro? Everyone's glazing this man's backstory. I could give a fucking piss that his dad and fucking wife died. I'm glad they died. Rest in fucking piss, alright? Fuck you, Akaza. You slimed my boy out. I didn't forget that shit, bro. Donoku. They were putting pictures of Rengoku as a fucking donut. I'll never forget you for that bullshit. Akaza, fuck you.